brand of communication, they got older, man, just like we got older. You know what I'm saying? And we played it safe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look, the greatest, to me, one of the greatest people ever, the greatest person to ever live, I'll put it in context, I'll finish. The greatest human being probably that we'll know in our lifetime that ever lived, Nelson Mandela. Mm-hmm. Look, Nelson Mandela was not the same person he was at 80 that he was at 28 when he was trying to blow up all of South Africa.
You know what? You know how ironic that is? What's today? Monday night, I was on the phone with a friend, and I used the exact same analogy. We were talking about
there you go.
Jesus and Nelson Mandela. We was like, hey, it's like those. If you look in history, the story that we are told is not who those two men are, and then it's ironic that you use that.
Exactly. I get asked who I want to be, and I was like, if I could trade lives with anybody, if I wanted to live anybody's life, it would be Nelson Mandela's. I thought it was the most incredible life ever. But the problem is, I can't decide which version of his life I want. Do I want the pre-Robben Island, Nelson Mandela, when he was in that fight?
Yeah.
Or do I want, the post-Robben Island Nelson Mandela when he came out and, was a, much more broader thinking person for the advancement of freedom in South Africa? I can't decide. Because, one, you can't separate one from the other. You have to go through that transformation. So, yeah, right.
And you know what's funny? I don't want to turn it to a geopolitical thing, but the irony is, previous to the assassination, King was going in the total other direction.
His story was the reverse of Nelson Mandela.
Right.
Exactly.
But anyway,
exactly.
The reason I ask that is I look at ESPN now the way I look at EA Sports. At one point, Madden had the floor, and then 2K came in, and Madden bought up all the rights, and then 2K was knocked out the box, and there's no competition. And it looks like ESPN knocked everybody out the box, and that, it seems like when you're the king of the hill, even though you have a lot to lose, and don't get me wrong, they are not 100% fluff. It's just they've lost the edge, and it's like, no, this. Like you said, you used to be the cool kid because even the cool kid is the cool guy at the lounge later on in life. Yeah. You the dude at the 50-yard line on Thursdays. Yeah. ESPN, they moved to they stopped. They didn't even go to the click. They didn't go to the Cotton Club in the front room. No. They went right to Marina Drive. Marine Drive and sat down, and I was like, and that's just, it's like, hey, what, because and now it baffles me. It truly.
But here's the thing. Let me ask you a question. No, and I think you make a great and strong point. But let me ask you this, and one thing I try to do as a journalist is to put things as often as I can into regular human situations so that it makes more sense to us. And that picture that you just drew, which is very accurate, if you're ESPN and you've been in this game 25 years and you are the same company that you were 25 years ago, you held that same niche, you were still the cool kids, this, that, and the other, but in reality, do you want to stay there? Because have you grown? If you're still hanging out the clique, you know what I'm saying? Have you grown?
I want you to be at the clique. I want you to be in the front room of the Chic Rick House. I want you to be in the front row of the Cotton Club. For those for my international and national listeners, that's old school Chicago nightclub stuff.
Right, but here's the deal. But here, I get you, and I understand everything you're saying. But my thing is that if you don't do that, and you see other people come in and pass you up to do that, how do you look at yourself?
I think there has to be, because at the end of the day, sports is a young person's game. And I think, I think Bill Russell is cool. The fact that he flipped the bird to Charles Barkley lets me know Bill Russell is still cool. remove the sexual allegations. From what I understand, when Bill Cosby walked in the room, at one point he was the coolest guy in the room. He shows you later on in the Cosby Show, I'm still cool. I'm just at home cool. ESPN, to me, has lost all the cool.
I agree, but
80% of the cool.
I agree, but here's the thing, and I agree with you. But if Bill Russell had the ability to make the money that LeBron James is making and is not making it, because we know Bill Russell, as cool as he is, he's cool, but he's not doing what LeBron James, and he's not had to play, but he can still, generate the same income or have the same value.
Right.
If he's not doing that and he has the ability to do that, how do you look at yourself? And I think in the ESPN situation, like, look, yeah, we may be Bill Russell in the game, but the difference in us and everybody else is that we can still make LeBron James money and be Bill Russell cool. And when you're dealing with a business that's
doing that.
They're not, because guess what? Okay. Most businesses, maybe 99% of business is in the business to make money.
Mm-hmm.
Business is going to go where the money is. So you're asking ESPN to choose between being cool and making money, dude.
No. I don't want them to say, hey, because Scoop, as we continue this relationship, you'll see I'm about the money 100%. I'm about the money, but because I'm gonna bring up it'll be some other questions I ask you later on that you'll realize that I'm about the money. But my thing is this. Here it is. They are okay. You know how Michael Jordan is an icon. His reputation cannot be scratched. If he get a scratch, they'll buff it right out.
Right.
But Jordan, we look at that Jordan, the way he dressed, and we like, Mike, you're too cool to be dressing like that.
Right, exactly.
In my opinion, they're still Michael Jordan, but they dressing like 2018 Michael Jordan. But
right.
You still Michael
Jordan.
No. You just dressing like. I'm gonna need you to add some Kenny Smith to your game.
You gotta get better.
I need you to be as
no
cool as the
disrespect.
guys
I hear what
on
you're saying.
TNT.
Right.
I need you to be as cool as the guys on TNT that everybody loves, but still be ESPN. I just want you to be the old player. That's all I'm saying. And it
I know,
like
right, but guess what? Michael can buy everybody on damn TNT. Michael's the only one or two black billionaires, right? But look, once again, it's a great analogy, but none of them cats are billionaires. Between Ernie, Shaq, Kenny, and Charles, they can't mess with Mike. Michael can buy all of them. So that's Michael ain't changing clothes. Michael's not looking at Westbrook. He's not looking at all these cats at Draymond. Look, James Harden. Right. He's looking at none of these cats to try to stay fly. Mike's like, these cats are still chasing me. I may look old, but guess what? I got the bag.
You're right.
And you know what I'm saying? Mike coming out with his bell-bottom dad jeans and his double earrings. Mike is right, but I'm still all these cats are still trying to get where I'm at. Exactly. And that's ESPN. And look, you say all you want to. You may say we not cool, and Bleacher Report and Deadspin and all these other, they can do all these Yahoo Sports. They cute. We still running things. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's still trying to be us. So yeah, we're still not the cool kids on the block to everybody else. And it'd be nice if we were, but you know what? Once again, we got the bag. Everybody trying to come for us, even in our dad jeans.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Right, and that's what Michael look at it, man.
And just like Mike.
Right.
I'm Mike. That's what I was about to say.
Right.
Mike still got the trump card. Yeah, but I'm
Man,
Mike.
look, Mike still walk around with 5-button suits. He don't care. Right, that's it. Everybody needs Euro-cut stuff. Mike like, man, I'm rocking my 5-button Steve Harvey suit, dude. Talk about me if you want to. I'm good.
Well, hopefully he won't go as far as Steve Harvey. But I get you. So what? Please, hey, you gonna see him before me. Don't tell him. Don't go Steve Harvey. But okay, all right, man. But it's just, man, I was, huh?
I said, Mike. I'm gonna see Mike. Or see Steve Harvey first.
You will see Mike. You gonna see Mike first. Just tell him.
True that.
We can deal with this. We can deal with them old man jeans. Just don't wear the Steve Harvey suit. I don't want to see Mike in no mustard suit. But anyway, man. Scoop, I got a million and one things, man. Another thing that I want to talk about is this: when did the shift in telling the story and the pushing out a story change? Because we used to turn on the ESPN and the stuff that we heard, like, I'm gonna be honest with you. The only time it's only two shows that I think they're telling the truth on, and that is TTI and Around the Horn. Right. Every other show, I look at them and go, okay, how did that? And that's just not ESPN. That's everybody. How did that change, School? Because I know when I read something from you, I know this is how he feels. When I hear Mike, Wilbon, and Tony speak, I know that's how they feel. The guys on Around the Horn, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Outside of those guys and Shannon Sharp, everybody else, I'm like, yeah, all right. Get back to the highlights.
No. Well, here's the deal. It's like there's a situation with dealing with authenticity that I feel is being lost in the game. And a lot of that is because this industry preaches and tries to do everything they can to make everybody the same, so that there's a synergetic uniqueness, that crawls across the board, where that, there's a comfortability to the audience that they try to create. And, getting that is something they try hard to do, and there's a lot of people that fall victim to that. So a lot of cats are coming to the game, and they aren't the same people because the industry wants to change them to a certain degree to find a better place for them. They want everybody to speak the same, present themselves the same. There's a line that the industry tries to draw for a familiar purpose. And they try to do it in a way that doesn't necessarily steal your identity, but it compromises it. I'm not saying it steals it, but it will compromise your identity. And what you're seeing is the end result of that subtlety being in full effect for it's been in effect forever, but you're seeing the ramifications of the last 10, 15 years of that happening to individuals who have come into the game since then. And, so very rarely do you see individuals get to stand on their own. And it's a funny thing is because, in being in many meetings and talking to many people all the time, everybody wants the next Charles Barkley. Because in this industry, Charles Barkley is the closest thing to freedom that we're going to see. And all the people in suits and all the people that are sitting in the executive suites, all the people that, have severance payments that will, is generational money to you and I. They want the next Charles Barkley, but they only want it in theory. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we got to change that. We want Charles Barkley, but you can't do that. You want Charles, but you can't, And so they'll strip away your freedom because they want to allow some type of safe zone. And, once again, the money's attached to that. But I'm trying to give you a concrete answer to when did it all change. And I'm saying it wasn't one instance where it did change. This has been going on for a long time. And you're seeing less and less people fight that. You're seeing fewer and fewer people in this game fight that. And fight it on a regular basis. The hard part is, and once again, you're dealing with a big money take little money. And in our particular situation as individuals, as broadcasters, is that, they will do two things. They will use you as an example for others, and they will use you as an example for your own personal career. And that, hey, you know what, if you try to be too individual, we want Charles Barkley, but if you try to be too individual, here's what we'll give you and here's what we'll take away from you. And to be honest with you, man, that stuff starts to resonate. Because we're human beings.
Everybody wants a pit bull until you bite your baby.
Huh?
I say everybody wants a pit bull until you bite your baby.
Basically, that's a good point. That's a good point. But